I'd like to welcome you. Music. I'd like to welcome you to the Friday version of the Thought for the Day, and it's, as always, it's good to be with you. In church yesterday, Thursday night, one of you handed me this little cartoon before we started. And there's two people getting ready to go into heaven, and they're saying to each other, I've always wondered how there could be a place like this where there is such serenity and peace. And then as they walk in, there's a pulpit. And on a pulpit it says, no religion beyond this point. In other words, getting into heaven and being at peace and being at one with God, it's not about religion. It's about that spirit inside of us that God gives us. And when that spirit comes together with God's spirit, that's what heaven is like. And it's not about religion. It's about God's unconditional love and spirit that he gives to us. So one of my favorite songs is by Alabama, Angels Among Us. And these are the words for this morning. I believe there are angels among us, sent down to us from somewhere up above. God, I so believe that, to just step back and look around and just see a common, ordinary person be an angel and do something, a random act of kindness for us. This morning I watched the news as always, and I look in horror at what's happening in Ukraine. It just seems like it's getting worse and worse, and the devastation, the loss of life, just the random bombing and killing, it's so penetrating and so wrong. And then, last couple of days, Peg and I went down to Florida to bring her mom back, and she lives with dementia, and so many of you know what that's like when you have to bring your loved one somewhere else and they don't understand and they get mad at you. And so, we're at the airport, and luckily she got out of the car and we're getting ready to get our luggage and getting around an airplane, and we have all these suitcases and things are kind of chaotic. And then this gentleman appears. He's got a red shirt on. He has some kind of job at the airport, whatever. And he said, my name is Gerald. Can I help you? And I said, wow, you sure can. We have all these suitcases, the stuff, and Peg's mom is struggling. And he just kind of takes us in the palm of his hand. And he said, hey, I'm going to get you where you need to go. Got a luggage rack and helped us pack, and got a wheelchair and pushed Peg's mom. And I just watched him, and he was so calm, an older guy with a gentle smile. And he stayed with us for the better part of an hour. And he didn't leave us until he knew that we were at the gate and that we got checked in and her mom was going to be okay. And I watched him, and of course I'm sure a big tip didn't hurt. But I just watched the way he walked and the way he cared. And he was an angel among us, an ordinary guy. And it made me realize how important it is for each one of us to be open to angels, but also maybe be humble enough to be an angel into somebody else when we think we're too busy to do stuff. The other day, we've been having trouble finding the right kind of communion bread. And the other day, one of our members, Kathy, walks in the front door, and she has this big bag, and it's full of communion bread, about 6 different loaves. And I just thought to myself, Kathy, you are such a welcome sight. And we put the loaves in the freezer, and we're using a loaf today for the funeral, and we're using her loaves on Sunday. And it was just a common, ordinary act of baking bread for the church. And it made me realize how important communion is, because in the middle of all the chaos around us, when we break bread around the altar and stand and kneel and receive the gifts, it's a moment of peace, a moment of serenity, a moment of goodness. And I thank Kathy for that. Angels named Gerald, an angel named Kathy. And then in a few minutes after our thought for the day is over, we're going to say goodbye to an angel named Josh. Josh is a young man who died at the age of 43, and he had a rare form of muscular dystrophy. I don't even know if I can pronounce it right. Friedreich's ataxia. And Josh and his family lived with that for a long time. And today at his service, in a way, he's going to be an angel among us. Because in his passing, in his death, in his struggle with a rare disease, with the love of his mom and stepdad Tom and his family, his brother, his nephew, Josh is an angel among us because in his silence, he teaches us the importance of just living each moment the best we can. Josh had a quiet courage about him, and in a way, he's our rabbi. Today, during the service, he will teach us what's important and what's not. And what's not important is a lot of the things that we think are important and that we are so consumed with that we forget to look at the ordinary moments around us. And today, I'm reminded of ordinary people, ordinary angels, who reach out in kindness and goodness. My prayer for all of us is that we are open to those angels, but maybe in our own way, we can be an angel among us to somebody else. God, it just feels good to be with you on Friday, and I look forward to seeing you at 8:30 and 11 o'clock on Sunday. God bless. Thanks for listening to my ramblings. Talk to you soon. Nice work, Kat.